Hi friends, welcome back to Kelly's Century Ranch. Welcome. My name is Amanda and I am so glad to have you here on the ranch with me today and in my greenhouse. I have a feeling we're going to be doing lots of chatting here in the greenhouse in the next couple months probably, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be a perfect place to film and update you guys on different things going on here on the ranch. Today we are starting seeds. Seed starting day is always such an exciting day. Last year my garden did terrible. We were in the process of moving and getting things all set up, you know, our first year here on the farm, and between the soil quality being really terrible and just being overwhelmed with everything, it just really did bad. So I've got really big hopes and plans for this year's garden to be much better. It is super windy today, but hopefully here in the greenhouse we'll be able to not have too much noise. It may get a little loud and you might hear the wind chimes outside, which I absolutely love. Maybe a little annoying for a video, but I love it in here. Okay, so this is how I label my seeds that I'm starting. This is from a previous year, so I'm gonna take this off or put tape over it, whatever works. So this year I would really like to share with you all my garden progress, and honestly I really just want to share it with me because a lot of people say, oh, you know, film or take pictures, lots of pictures of your garden, or film them on your phone or whatever, to make sure that, like, in the winter you can look back and be like, oh, it just gives you that sense of, you know, a little bit of green in the winter. But that's not actually why I want to do it. My thing is that I always struggle every year. This tape, I'm trying to get the tape off, that's what I'm doing. I always struggle every year with thinking I'm behind. Am I the only one that does that? I always feel like I'm running behind, and I'm not. I just feel that way. So, like, I will see other people. We have a pretty long growth season here in the Ozarks, and so we have like 186 days or something. And so we have a decent growth season, and I am just always worried that, like, I'll see people having things started and I'll be like, oh, I don't have those started, or their plants are taller than mine, and it's always a competition for me. I'm not competitive in really any other way, but I always feel like I'm running behind. Sorry, I saw our little dog running around, so I don't know if I let her out or if our youngest may be out taking care of animals, so he may have done that. But I'm just always, you know, thinking I'm running behind. So I think that by filming this year, it will help me next year, because I can look back and be like, oh, you know, for example, today is Sunday, February 18th, I think. Sunday, February 18th. Yeah. Yes, Sunday, February 18th. And most people in this area, a lot of people anyway, I wouldn't say most, a lot of people think of Valentine's Day as planting day. That's when they start their indoor plants. And so I'm already like, oh my gosh, I'm 4 days, y'all. Like, our you know, our last frost isn't for several weeks. I have plenty of time. But I'm always feeling like I'm always in this, you know, this mindset of I need to get it done sooner, or whatever. Or just the feeling of feeling behind. Again, not as much competitive really as I am just feeling behind. So I'm hoping that these videos, I can look back and be like, you had a successful garden and you didn't plant seeds until February 18th, and that was fine. And this isn't the last day I'm going to plant seeds. I'm going to plant more seeds after this. So I have plenty of time. So that's one of the biggest reasons I want to I want to share my videos. Now, comment below if you're like that. If you are always like, oh, I don't have enough time, or how, whatever your anxiety around gardening is, that's mine. I did get out this week, and this week was crazy busy. We had just a lot going on the farm, and like I said, a lot going on. And so but I did get out here and I planted some radishes, or some lettuce and some radishes. And so I'm going to go ahead and water those real quick before I get started on these seedlings. I had not watered them in a couple days since the day I planted them, because the temperatures did drop down to like freezing temperatures at night. And although they are absolutely frost and cold hardy, I didn't really want a lot of frost forming on them, so I didn't want them to have too much water. But it's going to be above freezing for the next several days. In fact, this week is going to be, we've just came out of another cold snap, but this week is going to be a high of like 70 in a couple of the days. So of course, it's after I go back to work. I am off tomorrow, but we're going to get it as much done as we can in the meantime. You can use just plain old masking tape for this, or however you want to label your plants. I just happen to have this, and I am out of masking tape, but I had some paint projects, and so I don't recommend buying blue tape for this since it is expensive, but use what you got, right? So I did bring out my seeds. These are my seeds from last year. They were just in this year. I bought one of the photo organizer boxes that everybody raves about for seed saving, and I absolutely love it. So I will be using probably a little of both. I need to look and see what I had from last year. Now, seeds do have a expiration date listed on them, but they don't expire. That's just they're required by law to have a date of when they were, like what season they were grown for. But that does not mean that by any means that they expire. The worst that could happen, there's a few that lose their germination rate pretty quickly, but the worst that'll happen is that you'll have just a little bit worse germination. Now these, I don't know how well they've been stored, but nonetheless, I am going to put those with my new seeds, and we're going to get started. So the thing I want to start with are my hot peppers. We grow very hot peppers here because my husband, I don't like anything spicy. I mean, I'm not even a fan of black pepper most of the time. But my husband and my boys and lots of our family love hot peppers, and they love hot sauce. And so we make a lot of our own hot sauce. In fact, all of our own hot sauce. So we are going to grow quite a bit of hot peppers. I'm going to at least start quite a bit, and then I can always share plants with other people. I want to have enough because the last 2 years, I thought I started more than I needed, and then I just lost plants for whatever reason. So I'm probably going to go a little overboard and plant more than I need, but I would rather do that at this point just to have a safety net. Last year, like I said, our garden was terrible. I think I was able to make like 1 round of hot sauce. Thankfully, the year before last, we had a really good harvest. That was before we had moved, and so I had a really nice garden with some really nice soil that we had built up. We are still going to be struggling with soil. I am hoping to get a load of compost in this year. If not, I'm not real sure. So, but anyway, we're going to start lots of these seeds. Now, these seeds will actually be going in the house. They won't be staying out here in the greenhouse simply because it is not warm enough overnight. You know, peppers and tomatoes and things really don't like to be under like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are going to be bringing these inside, but I'm doing all my seed starting in the greenhouse so that if I make a mess with the dirt and everything, which I will, it's a lot easier to clean up. Out here, I can just sweep it onto the ground. Inside, that means I have to clean it up. So anyway, we are going to be starting, I think I'm going to start with the Carolina Reaper, and I am going to be planting 2 rows of them, so that means 12 plant starts. I'll probably put a couple seeds in each of the thing. Now, do I need 12 Carolina Reaper plants? No, but I lost so many plants last year that I just want to have extra. So that's what we're doing. Now, I'm using this little little, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called, little divot things. But this came from a square foot gardening thing, and it has measurements for how deep. But honestly, if I don't have this around, or I can't find it or whatever, I just use a pen or something. It's not a big deal. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put all my little holes. I actually filled up this seed tray the other day and then didn't get time to plant it, which is fine. It's been in here. Okay, next we are going to move on. That actually used almost all of my seeds. I only have like 3 or 4 seeds left, and normally I would have just went ahead and planted them all, but again, I am so paranoid from losing so many things last year. Now, I do think I have a few left over from last year that I wanted to make sure I had a few seeds. I had a few seeds left over. That's how bad last year went and how paranoid I am. So now we are going to move on to the ghost peppers, which is a favorite around here. I mean, with everyone besides me. Now I'm coming back through and putting a second seed in these, but when they germinate, I will go through and pick out the healthiest one, scale it back to just one in these little tiny things. Now, if I get 2 that look real promising, I could actually take and transplant that little tiny seedling to another pot, and I have done that before. This one, it looks like we had a few extra seeds left over, so that is good. I have also done 12 of the ghost pepper, which is also way more than I need. The ghost peppers, a couple years ago when I planted them, they did so well that honestly, the 1 or 2 plants was more than I needed. So we'll see. Well, this year, they did not produce that well this last year. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, there's our ghost peppers. Alright, the next one I'm going to do is cayenne. And cayenne is probably something that I actually do need 12 12 plants for. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start. I think I'm going to do 3 rows of the of these, and I might actually, since I have 2 here, trying to plan out my things right, I might do I want to do 3 rows? I might do 3 rows of Carolina Reaper and 3 rows of jalapenos. So I don't know that I need, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 row. I was trying to do if I want to do habaneros or if I wanted to do poblanos. I might do I don't need, let's see, I still have some habanero. You know, I think I'm gonna do 1 row of each. 1 row of poblano and 1 row of habanero. I may regret that later. I may end up coming back and wanting more poblanos. I don't think I'll want more habaneros, but I may want more poblanos later. But I could always start them a little bit later. I could always start a few more. If you hear water, it's not raining. It's my son is playing with the garden hose. Yeah. I didn't order these from Baker Creek. I actually just picked these up from a local store, Menards, but I couldn't decide on whether or not I wanted to grow them, because I do have some frozen habaneros in my freezer from 2 years ago. So last year I did not have good luck with them, and so, well, like everything last year, I didn't have good luck with anything last year. So anyway, what is going on? This seed packet did not open up well. Okay. Alright. Got it. Okay, so now we are going to do 3 rows of the jalapenos and 3 rows of cayennes. And I'm not pressing down real hard on these. I'm just tapping them down just to try to get some of the air. Don't want to smash them down. Just lightly tapping them down. I want them to have good contact with the soil. Now I'll move all these out of the way so I don't get them wet when I spray them. Ask me how I know how to do that, right? Okay. And then I'm just going to take my sprayer and I'm going to water them just a little bit. And now I will spray them very gently from the top with this for a few days or whatever. But I really like to bottom water my seedlings. That's my favorite way to water them. But I want to get that top nice and wet. Alright, this one needs a humidity down. Which is right over here. And then it will be ready. I think I have 2 here. Together. And then it will be ready to go in the house. And go on the heat mat. Okay, now let's get our next tray ready. Oh, I got my camera on my thing here. And I am going to put my seeds back in my little hot pepper thing. And these are all this year. I'm going to put these on top, but I'm going to go over here and grab all of my hot pepper seeds from last year and put them in there. these are some sweet peppers. Planting sweet peppers next, so I want them out. Did you ever go through your seeds? This is why I wanted a seed organizer. I'd be like, I don't even remember having those. Hi, Bucky. I have a feeling that I will have to eventually separate my hot peppers because I do so many hot peppers that it's already pretty full. But that is quite okay. Nothing wrong with that. So now I think I'm going to do some sweet peppers, and then I may actually also do some tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of those things that I don't like to grow. I don't like to grow because I don't like tomatoes. So it's really hard for me. So, but I do like tomato sauce and things like that. But I tell you what, tomatoes are one of those things that are hard for me to grow because I don't like them. And I know that I could seriously get like canceled, right? Because I feel like every gardener loves tomatoes. They love tomatoes, and I just don't. These are, I'm trying to think and see if this is a little bent. I did buy some new ones of these bottom trays, so I think I'm gonna run and get one of the new ones. Okay, so I went and got my new trays, and I got a couple plants at the greenhouse yesterday that my mother-in-law and I went to. I got some cabbage and some broccoli. The broccoli plants aren't looking the greatest today. But anyway, I'm going to set them over here. And now these, I wanted the newer ones because the other ones are a little bit, I've had them for a couple years and they're getting a little bit flimsy and cracked. And since these are going to go in the house, and everything, I wanted them a little bit more sturdy. The ones that are just going to stay out here in the greenhouse, for them. But anyway, I'm going to set these over here. It does look like I need to water them a bit, and I will bottle and water them too, but for now I'm just going to give them a quick drink. I don't think I bought any broccoli seeds to plant this year. I might have bought some cauliflower ones. I'm not 100% sure. I will say these trays feel sturdier than the Jiffy ones I had, so that's nice. Let's set the extras over here. All right, time filled up. Okay, that seed starting mix is super cold. It is super cold. It's been out here, and like I said, it froze last night. It was in the 20s, so I think what I'm going to do is nice and toasty in here. It's like 70 degrees in the greenhouse. I think I'm going to set this over in the sun. I'm going to let it sit and just warm up just a tad bit. Just warm that soil just a little bit. It won't take much. I just don't want to plant. My pepper seeds in super. I mean, like some of it was frozen. Soil. So the other one wasn't so bad because I had filled it up the other day, and so it had set out here and it had warmed up a little bit. It was still cool, but some of that is cold. But what I can do is I can plant some other cold hardy plants. So I'm going to try to get, let's see what I got. Perfect. I found some cabbage, some spinach, and some kale. I am going to get another tray, and we're going to get to planting those. Okay, I got me, this one's being a little weird. I think it's a different brand. I think it'll even out once it is opened up. But again, I have this tray that's got the other plants and stuff in it. So I think that that's what I'm going to do because I can just keep it out in the greenhouse. I'm going to fill up this one. Okay, so now let's plant some kale. And I think I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count. 6. So that'll be great. I can have 2 rows of kale, 2 rows of spinach, and 2 rows of cabbage. Honestly, spinach I probably would have just direct sowed, but since we have this and I don't have a bucket or a place ready to plant it, this will work out just fine. On the kale, I think I'm going to plant 2 rows, but I'm going to plant 2 different varieties. I'm going to plant this Dazzling Blue, and then I'll butcher that one, so I'm just going to show it up here. And see, I think that this is kind of what we had planted in the past and really liked it, just to have a different variety. And these are the seeds I bought this year, and these are the seeds I bought last year. Oh, I dropped some. One year I dropped a few seeds in my seed starting mix, and I was like, oh. Oops. I'm gonna label my thing here. I only have half a tray. But I'm going to go ahead and put the tape over the entire tray in case I decide that I want to add something over there later. Okay. Kale planted. Move on to my spinach. I'm reading the back of the seed thing as I'm planting the different things. This one didn't say, it just says sow in early spring. Some of them will say direct sow, or it will say direct sow or transplant. So again, this is something I would have normally direct sown, but we have the space, so let's go ahead and get a couple things started, right? I didn't put my holes in this one, I forgot. It's okay. Spinach. Now, like I said, I did buy a 4-pack of cabbage. This is Stonehead, and I bought this one, the seeds. So, anyway, I wasn't sure if I had bought any seeds. And again, I have never actually grown cabbage. So, I am really looking forward to having cabbage, to growing cabbage. I know it makes a big, beautiful plant. So, I am hopeful that I can grow some this year. Okay, like my other ones, I am going to take these away from the seeds, and I'm going to spray them with water, and then we will also bottom water this little tray here. And then just a little bit. Forgot to label that one. Gotta go label it. Okay, so in the time I've done that, I can already feel this tray is so much warmer. That sun on this black tray has just really, like, you can feel like it's actually warm to the touch. So that is perfect. I am glad that we went ahead and did that. It might not have made any real difference when it comes to the seeds germinating, but again, I'm trying my best to have a successful year this year after a struggle last year. Okay, so here's the plan for the sweet peppers. We're going to do Advarsky, 2 rows of Advarsky, 2 rows of banana peppers, 2 rows of Purple Beauty, 2 rows of Ozark Giant, 3 rows of Ozark Giant, if I have enough seeds, we're going to see about that, and 3 rows of California Wonder. Okay, so I got all of those planted. My battery is getting ready to die in my camera, so I wanted to end this video real quick and just say thank you so much for spending time with me today on the ranch and in my greenhouse. And I cannot wait to give you like a full tour of everything that I'm planting and all of my dreams of what we're going to be planting and the garden expansions. And we're just starting from bare scratch here. I mean, last year was our first year here. We really didn't get anything planted, and so I'm looking forward to sharing this journey and being able to look back myself and see how the ranch has grown, and you know, everything from the edible crops to the decorative crops, and I just can't wait to share and look back with all of you friends and see where we all started. So thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to hit like and subscribe so that we can so you can see more of my videos. And again, just comment down below because I would love to chat with you guys. And as always, send me all your tips and tricks and all the things. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Bye.